What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Bearded Bros Breakdown, where we break down UFC 272, Colby Covington vs. Jorge Masvidal. Let's start off with the main card. We didn't really watch the prelims. I watched like two of them, but they weren't too important. So the first one started with Edson Barboza versus Bryce Mitchell. What'd you think?
That wasn't the first fight.
Yeah, that was the first fight on the main
That
card.
was not the first fight. Greg Hardy was the first fight on the main card.
No, he wasn't main
Greg
card.
Hardy was main card.
Was he main card?
Greg
Let
Hardy
me
was main
check.
card.
Let me check.
He doesn't
Let
even
me
know his
check.
home. It was
Look,
Greg
look,
Hardy.
look. Okay. Okay, he was.
Greg
I
Hardy.
forgot about Kevin Holland. I didn't even know Kevin Holland even had.
How do you forget about Kevin
Kevin
Holland?
Holland? Because Kevin Holland's overrated.
Okay. Greg Hardy got beat down. You saw that one.
Yeah, you didn't see that one. Okay, so I don't know why people were buying into Greg Hardy just because he's a big guy. Like he is a big guy. Like he's like close to 300
Well, he's a
pounds.
former NFL athlete. So
Yeah,
he's
like
athletic.
it's like what they always say. Like imagine all these NFL athletes, all these like crazy like genetic freaks go to like NFL basketball and all these things. Like imagine them in UFC. You don't have like too many of them. You have big guys, but they're not like athletic. So imagine you got one and you put him in the UFC, and that's what Greg Hardy was. He was like that experiment. But I mean, he was athletic, but like it wasn't enough. That's not enough to carry you. Athleticism is enough to carry you in the UFC. You gotta have some.
I think because he
skill.
was new, people expected exponential growth. That's what happens usually when you're new. You just freaking same way where you go to the gym, you get gains. It's called what is it called?
Well, the beginners always like level
beginner
up
gains.
faster than the veterans. Like you'll see them improve a
But
lot.
it doesn't matter.
between
Greg Hardy
fights.
got his butt whooped.
Yeah, he just got thrown down and then he just got beat down. He just got khabibed.
We don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, and then after that it was Kevin Holland versus
Cowboy. Yeah,
Brazilian
the
Cowboy, because he called out American Cowboy after he won. But pretty much Kevin Holland did what Kevin Holland does. He acted stupid for round one and then got the KO. And
TKO.
round two, the TKO. Well, yeah, the
TKO.
TKO. It was a TKO.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's fighting at 170 now, moved down from 185. And as long as he doesn't do that thing where he jumps into opponents and gets headbutted and knocked out, he'll be fine. So that was the Kevin Holland fight versus Cowboy. What was next? Edson versus Bryce Mitchell.
Edson versus Bryce.
Arcane's this boy. Yeah, dude. What did you do? Oh, just out wrestled him for 3 rounds.
Yeah, he just
And
held
that's
him
the thing
down.
with Barboza. People can smother him so that he can't throw his kicks and strikes, and then he tends to after that he tends to like kind of freak out and kind of fall under pressure or whatever. And then Bryce Mitchell gave half of his fight purse.
Or he was gonna give it. He said he was gonna give it. Danny White was like, "You can't give it. I'll give it." And then I feel like he was like, "Oh shit, we can't let our guys walk home with just 45K." So he just fucking was like, "All right, just walk home with the 90K. I'll give the 45K."
Yeah, that was after on the press conference, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. So
Gave 45K to the charity, and then
yeah, Bryce Mitchell.
that was cool. And then we had the co-main RDA versus Moicano, and it was supposed to be Fiziev, and then Islam called out
Dos Santos.
Dos Anjos
Dos Nachos.
when Fiziev got sick from COVID, and then Islam just backed out, just kind of bitched out there. I don't know why he called him out. He should have just said nothing. Like nothing. Nobody would have been like pushing him to go take that fight right after
people
he just fought
wanted to
last
see
week.
it, but they wouldn't have been like they wouldn't have expected him to take it.
But
But
no,
they wanted to see
no
it.
one was asking him. He put his hat into the fucking.
No, people were saying it. People were saying it before. No, but no one's gonna expect him.
Yeah, no one's gonna expect. Either way, he shouldn't have said anything, and now he looks bad. Now he has to go fight Benil. But RJ got the win. It was a 140. I think he was a 145, right?
It's a 155. It's a 155.
Yeah, but like the guy, the
Moicano? I can't remember if he fought Alexander. If he fought Alexander, he's a 155er. I think he fought Alexander.
Either way, it was short notice. It wasn't great for Moicano. He got beat down. Like he shouldn't have got out of like round 3 or round 4.
Yeah.
I think round 3 is when there's moments you could stop it. Round 3, round 4.
Well, the doctor and everybody else should have stopped it. The fighter's not going to stop it because they don't want to look like punks going out on their, like throw the towel in or say I quit.
But that's where like your coaches are there for. Like yes, they're there to like motivate you to keep going, whatever. But there's
if
a
you
point.
actually
There's
have
to a point.
chance,
Yeah, there's to a point. Like you're not gonna get a flash KO out of nowhere. Like it's not gonna happen. So I mean, they should have like just pulled out right there. Like yeah, they should just throw in the towel. called it. He got beat up more. I think he was the only one that went to the ambulance
Yeah.
after. He went to the hospital after. So, I mean, he got that win. He wants to fight Conor. I think it works out.
All that stuff doesn't matter really right now. It's all just like the only thing that matter really is Gaethje and Charles. That's about it. Gaethje, Charles, and whatever they throw at Islam for a second, just to mess around with Islam. But it's pretty much Charles.
Huh? They're gonna throw a knee on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just the dumb stuff. But everybody else is just out of the picture.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just kind of like nothing's really going on right there.
I mean, before that's money.
It's all about Tony, Chandler, Justin, Gaethje, and Dustin Poirier, and Charles. And everybody else just outside waiting to get subbed in. Whatever with Colby and Jorge.
Colby did what he always does. He just smothers his opponents, just outpaces them, just outpoints him, just completely just doesn't let him breathe, pretty much. He Khabib's him. It's not... I don't think it's as dominant as Khabib, but it's pretty close. It's like very similar. So pretty much did that to Jorge. We all knew Jorge wasn't going to win that fight. Sorry, Jorge fans. But yeah, he wasn't going to win that fight. He almost did something. He did rock him. What was it, 4th round, 3rd round? But he couldn't take advantage of it. He was just too tired. Colby already wrestled him out, so he was just tired. He couldn't do anything anyways. It was kind of like Nate Diaz versus Leon. He fucking rocked him, and then he couldn't do shit about it. I feel like Nate could have done more right there, but I think he was tired too. It was just it's same circumstance.
Pretty much, yeah. He big brothered him. Yeah, he big brothered
He big brothered the little brother, so
yeah.
I mean, it happens.
So, I don't know. That's how you expect the fight would go. It's just Jorge's been riding on this hype from kneeing Ben Askren in the traps. I think it was the traps. People try to say it was the head, but it was the traps.
It was
you know when the people do the little karate trap and they're like, kapow!
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like,
karate trap, yeah.
So it's that's what happened. People could be, when you got kneed in the head, and no, it didn't happen.
It was
right here.
I can't remember. Dude, I can't remember. Honestly,
it was on the side of the
happened
head.
A while ago.
But it was mostly the trap. It put him to sleep. So it's that's what happened. People will say the head is, they're not thinking straight. They're not using their head. But, Colby just pretty much did.
I mean,
because Jorge had that. Okay, what I was trying to get at was that Jorge was living off that hype, and he was also he had knocked out Darren Till. But other than that, he just been living off those two guys, and he was a mysterious. Wait, his striking's decent. He's a new guy, but it's at the end of the day, no, he's not. He's still the same Jorge, with just a little bit more selling power.
I mean, he lost to.
It's like saying Nate Diaz is this whole evolved thing.
He's not even the best striker at 170. That's the thing. You still got Leon. You still got Wonderboy. Wonderboy beat him, and I think Wonderboy still beats him.
What's Neil Magny?
Neil Magny's a striker.
Yeah, it's not.
And then we got there's somebody else. I can't remember who. But
Kenzat.
Well, he's not really a striker. He's just a guy that fucking.
So the guy.
He has.
He's
power.
not a striker because he's probably only thrown 3 punches and knocked out 2 people with 3 punches.
Yes,
so.
but Kevin Holland's a striker. You're not gonna compare Kevin Holland's striking. He doesn't fight. He doesn't have that much time in the ring, but he's still a striker. Kamza is a wrestler first, and then he has that KO power too. He just has a KO power to back him up, but he's not exclusively a striker. He's not known as the striker.
He's not scared to strike.
He's not scared to strike, but he's not known.
Either
to strike.
way, we don't know enough about it.
Either way, yeah, he's gonna fight Gilbert, so we'll see. We'll see how.
We'll see when he fights Gilbert. That's a good fight. Good way to test him. So that was pretty much 272. Nothing too crazy. Even the bitter rivalry between the two ex-best friends, Jorge and Colby, was not that great of a fight. But nobody baptized nobody. And then you want to talk about January?
January? We even have it in January.
Well, Francis versus Gone.
Francis. Well, we had Giga. We had at this point.
I think we didn't talk about.
No, we're gonna talk about Giga.
No, we're gonna talk about Giga.
No, we talked about Giga beforehand, and that was a whole 3 weeks before. So we didn't really get to break it down.
Don't go too far into Giga.
Okay,
just real quick.
Let me just talk about Giga.
10 seconds.
Let me just talk about
10
Giga.
seconds.
Okay, so we didn't get to talk, really analyze Giga. We just went off the hype, okay, Giga's been talked about. Giga's this guy was a kickboxer. His Giga.
No, I analyzed Giga. He was decent, and he just decided to be dumb in the fight.
Okay, so either way, we said Giga, right? But we analyzed it, and then I can't remember if you were sick, I was sick. One of us was sick at the time. Both of us got sick during the January cards, or all the January events, so we couldn't even do the January fights. But either way, one of us.
I'm sorry to the one fan we have watching our videos. I'm sorry, Mom.
So either way, we had that. So we didn't really like put out a video, but we did analyze Giga and all that stuff. We still did all that analyzing stuff, and I once I saw Giga's fights and then we watched Calvin's fights. I was like, I don't know, man. It's whoever puts on the pressure. The new his most recent fights from Giga did show that he was putting on more pressure. Like he had more urgency.
All right, you're going over 10 seconds. Giga's not that
Let
important.
me just finish.
They're not gonna pay attention to Giga. They don't care who Giga is. Nobody cares who Giga is anymore.
I care who Giga is. I want to shit on Giga for a bit. Let me just shit on Giga for a bit.
Go make a whole nother YouTube all about Giga then.
We're talking about these cards. We're not talking about these cards.
You're gonna go way over if you talk about Giga right now.
I'll
hurry up then.
You're making it take longer than it does.
Well, hurry up.
Giga, you got me off track now. Start
Giga
over.
sucks.
It was whoever put on the pressure. Giga was supposed to put on the pressure. That's what he showed in the most recent fights. He did not have it. He just sat there, let him get jabbed to death, and I was like, all right, well, that's what I was saying before too to him. It's like he might just get jabbed to death.
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah, like he just got jabbed to death, and it's like you just sit there and get jabbed, and then he talks shit afterwards. Kind of stupid. That happened. Who else fought on that card? It was like someone else that was kind of important. Either way, that was a fight night.
Did we do Francis and Gunn already?
No, okay, so let's talk about that next. That was like either before or after. Either way, that was the other event during January. Francis Ngannou, Brandon Moreno, Davison Figueiredo, Cyril Gane. So let's start with Brandon Moreno, Davison Figueiredo. Now, we both thought Brandon Moreno won. I don't think it's as much of a robbery as he thinks it is. I think it was close. You could have.
I don't think it was a robbery. I think it was just goes to Moreno. Like, it's a robbery because it was.
I could see it going to Figueiredo. I don't think it's the worst decision ever. I think what we saw in February. We'll get to February. I don't know what we saw in February was worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened. It was like lukewarm. But I don't know. We'll see. We might see a fourth fight. It's 1-1, a no contest for the third fight. For the first fight, I think. Oh no, it was a draw. It was a draw. But then we had Cyril Gane, Francis Ngannou. So back then in the breakdown, I think I gave a little.
See, we can't even go into the full drama of Francis Ngannou because you decided not to do any videos for a whole month.
Okay. Either way, back in the old breakdown beforehand, I was like, you might see more wrestling than you would think. I had a feeling that Francis Ngannou was over there in Extreme Couture. Like I would assume he has more wrestling experience now. He stuffed the takedown from Stipe. I would see that he's like, okay, he's gonna wrestle a bit more. It's probably better for him to do that. At least like throw him around, do like at least one round of just holding him down. And we got more than that. Like I remember
5 rounds of it.
3 rounds. Cause
it was a 5-round fight.
It was a 5-round fight, but he wrestled fucked him for like 3 rounds.
5 rounds. He took him down every single round.
No, the first 2 rounds were completely surreals. It was just outpointing him. It wasn't that big of a difference. Like
whatever.
Either way,
Francis Ngannou is a heavyweight champ. He's pretty much saying he's not going to fight. Wants to fight Tyson Fury, and he's trying to negotiate a new contract. And Dana White's trying not to budge. So we'll see what happens with that. What's the next big event that happened?
There was a fight night. I can't remember who it was. Well, let's just go to the pay-per-view, and then we'll see if we remember the fight night. Okay. So next pay-per-view was Robert Whittaker, Israel Adesanya, and who's the other one? Oh, Ty Derek.
Bam.
Bam Bam. It was Derek Lewis, and then do we have anybody else?
Derek. Rest in peace.
Poor Derek. But yeah, I picked Ty for that one. He picked Derek. We both picked Robert, I think.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a full Derek committed. It was like
I was pretty committed to Ty.
Both guys, we were okay with both guys winning, and it was just like you would think Derek by more experience would win. But he kind of did an old Derek.
It may seem like I hate Derek. I do not hate Derek. I know I keep pitting against him, but no, I like Derek. I just felt like Ty was just gonna. It's just like the new guard. Like we got a new Derek Lewis pretty much. And
I just think he's a little bit more output than Derek Lewis. That's
more
it.
output, more clean with the strikes. The thing is, Derek Lewis, he's not clean with the strikings, but he's sneaky. Like he'll like duck down, throw in a hook.
Yeah,
and that's what
he pretty much almost not finished.
Yeah, he almost, that's how he does most of his fights, right? Yeah. Like he'll like duck down, do a good hook,
but he completely dominated the first round. The first round was completely dominant. He got knocked out in the second round. Completely dominated the first round.
Yeah, I don't remember honestly. Like
what do you
I thought it just went to one round. I can't even remember. But yeah, either way, that's like usually what works for him. But Ty was a little too clean. His blocking was a little too clean for him, and they wrestled a bit, banged out a bit, and then Ty got the finish. He elbowed him, and then
he celebrated with a few shoeys.
He was with a few. They didn't even like show it. They showed Derek Lewis on the ground. I don't know if they didn't want to show the shoey or they
showed the shoeys afterwards.
They showed the shoeys afterwards, but they didn't show like the first one.
All right, let's talk about Izzy.
That was a straight robbery to me. I remember being round 1 for sure to Izzy, round 2 for sure to Izzy, round 3 to 5, 100% to Robert. I don't think there's any really leeway there to give to that. Was it the first round, the second round that Izzy got the knockdown? It was a knockdown. That was good. You could 10-8 it if you want, but it wasn't. He didn't like landing ground and pound after or landing more strikes with that. He just landed, just flash knockdown, got straight back up. So it wasn't too big of a deal. And then round 3, 4, and 5, Robert just out jabbed him for the whole time. Like you could say leg kicks or whatever, but to me leg kicks shouldn't count until you actually see the opponent like change the way he's fighting.
They shouldn't count as majority like a big strike.
Yeah, it's everything that's not blocked I think is counted as significant strike. So it may look like he has like a high point, but like either way in terms of damage, what looks better is someone getting their head popped back, and that's what Robert was doing with that jab. Compared to Izzy just leg kicking, and Robert did not change the way he fought. It did not make him limp or anything like that. It made his leg red, but like he's a white boy. Like if you hit a white boy, go hit a white boy right now. He's gonna turn red. Like you could like slightly tap him, they're gonna turn red. That's just how white boys are. So I mean, it didn't change the way he fought, and nothing like that. So that's why I'm like, he just out jabbed him. He just popped his head back constantly. It wasn't like super amount of damage, but it was more than what Izzy was outputting.
I think most people are willing to say there's people that agree that there's a robbery, and then there's people that agree that Robert won, and that those people are probably the majority, that Robert won by a round, that it wasn't a robbery. So there's people that, so if there's like, Robert won, should have won by, it was a robbery that Robert lost. Then it's Robert won by 1 round, you know. And then there's those that just thought Izzy won, and it's like, you have 2 versus 1.
The crowd reaction should be enough to tell you that Robert won.
Did he get booed?
He got booed.
Izzy got booed.
It wasn't just like a light booing. Sometimes everybody gets like a light booing if they're not the favorite. But this was a pretty heavy booing. Could have been they just all racist or some shit. But
no, it wasn't even that.
But you know, he got booed super hard, and then Robert got cheered. He won that. I think everybody saw that he won that. I don't know. And then that's pretty much it. Oh, Cain Velasquez. You want to talk about it?
Do I want to talk about Cain Velasquez?
Yeah. I think
it's too much. It's a whole video on its own because it's like you have to go into hypotheticals and how do you do it. If you don't know and you haven't seen anything, Cain Velasquez, former UFC heavyweight, 2-time UFC heavyweight champ. Something went on, I guess. You break it down. It's just
so a relative of his was sexually abused at some daycare that he had him in. They don't know who it is. They won't specify who it is, but it's most likely his daughter. So I guess the guy got taken to court, got sent out, paid his bail, got out, and then I guess Cain chased him down in his truck, rammed him, and shot at him a couple times.
But he hit the stepdad.
He hit the stepdad that went to pick him up. So I guess there's 3 people in that car that he shot at. It was the stepdad, the guy's mom, and the guy that was getting accused.
Yeah.
So he shot the stepdad. He shoot the guy, but yeah, he shot at the truck. He got arrested, and now I think he has no bail. He didn't get bail set for him.
Yeah. So there's a whole thing about that. Like, why is it a guy who's trying to for the crime versus the crime that Cain's committed? The guy is not. He's not. His life wasn't threatened when he got shot. I think it was like his. I don't know where he got hit, but it wasn't life threatening. But people are upset that it's like, why is Cain in prison over doing this crime versus the other guy that got bailed out and was in the other car, and it's just a bunch of mess, and yeah, that's a whole video on its own, whatever. But yeah, Free Cain Velasquez.
Free Cain Velasquez. There's like a GoFundMe out there. I think his coach Javier has one on his.
Does he have one?
I think
Is it
so.
real phone? Oh yeah.
So you want to check that out. But yeah, that's it for us. See you guys later.